Hi, we are from Cruxfield and we are presenting today with a new video. The last many months, as we were posting video about the MIG welding, we were getting questions from the viewers. They have different questions and we find it was not easy to answer all their queries on that platform. So we decided to make this video to clear those answers. Whatever queries they has, we have chosen few questions. The first question we find was one of the client, Mr. Suraj Sharma. He asked, "Sir, arc welding or MIG welding, which is better, which is cheaper?" So for that matter, we find stick welding or arc welding. This is one of the most inexpensive form of the welding. MIG welding is more expensive. As far as MIG welding structure is concerned, it has two parts. One is power source, one is wire feeder, and it uses very expensive parts. Like wire feeder has many things which really needs to change regularly, that add a cost. And about the part about the consumable, what we use in the arc is this stick. These sticks which are available, yes, these are the sticks which we use in the arc welding, and this is very easy to get, very cheap in the market as compared to the spool of the MIG welding. So we find arc welding process is comparatively much inexpensive as compared to the MIG welding, but MIG welding is much easier to do. Anyone who is fresh in the welding can start doing MIG welding because this is something a semi-automatic process. While arc welding is really difficult process to master with, but people are using arc welding from ages and they find it is easier. Everyone in the market, everyone in the field, every farmer, every person basically knows what the arc or stick welding. So they find arc welding is comparatively easy, cheaper, and the cost of the running is much less. One of the viewer, he has asked us, "Sir, GMAW, FCAW and aluminium, what type of the wire feeder ruler we should use?" So we are trying to answer this. These are the wire feeder ruler, what we see here, and we find they are V null type, V groove type and U groove type. There are 4 types of the wire feeder roller used with GMAW. GMAW is the MIG, other name for the MIG welding. MIG welding is named by GMAW as well. Drive rolls, they are very important. For the solid wire, we use V-shaped roller. And U-shaped roller are used for the soft wire, and nulled, these rollers are used for the tubular wire. We find FCAW employs a hollow tubular electrode, and based on that filler metal, GMAW electrode is a cheaper. And for aluminium, we used U-shaped roller. We find drive roll, they are basically very important part of the wire feeder. Without a good roller, these wire may not move smoothly, and if there is no smooth movement of the wire, then welding may not be very good. So finally we have decided U-grooved is used for the soft solid wire as of the aluminium, V-grooved used for the hard solid wire as for the mild steel and stainless steel. So we should be very careful in choosing the roller. So roller should be of the proper size. Whatever the wire we are using, they are generally available in the size of 0.8 1, 1.2 and 1.6. We should be very careful in choosing and employing it. There should not, once we use it, there should not be very tight, they should not be very loose as well. The next question from Sonu Sudhar. Mr. Sonu Sudhar sent a question, sir, gas diffuser is not working. Gas diffuser काम नहीं कर रहा. We find gas diffuser, what the use of the gas diffuser in the gun? Because the gas diffuser is lying there to prevent the atmospheric air to mix with our shielding gas. So whatever gas is present inside the gun is being prevented to mix with the shielding gas. Shielding gas is very important to make the welding correct. That shielding gas, if passed through the gun and then from the tip and the wire, these all things make a smooth welding. Weld pool become very attractive and very aesthetically good if there is a working of the gas, and gas is prevented by the process. If there is a diffuser is damaged, that atmospheric air will be get mixed with the shielding gas, and if that diffuser is damaged, it is very likely to make the welding poor. So take a good care of the diffuser. It remains very hot during the process. And one thing is very astonishing to find that when we are doing MIG welding, there is a temperature of around 3000 degree Fahrenheit in the weld pool, and that temperature is really there in the diffuser as well. So diffuser get damaged by this temperature and it needs regular change. So be very careful about the diffuser, tip of the nozzle as well as the collet. If any of these things is damaged or is not correct, it is to be changed. So one of the viewer, Mr. Aftab Ahmed, he sent, sir, OC light jalne par fault kya hai? Means, what are the fault when there is a OC light on? We find OC light is open circuit voltage. Open circuit voltage switch should not be on. Whenever there is a on in the OC light, then welding will be stopped and we should start finding the reason for the OC light. We find OC light is the most commonly on when there is a damage in the IGBT. Even rectifier damage will cause same OC light will be on. Thermostat, if there is a faulty thermostat, that may even cause the same. If there is a fire in the card, that may even make this OC light on. But 90% of the cases, rectifier diode is short. If the rectifier diode is short, then this OC light will on. If there is a more temperature inside the machine, even then. Check the connector. If there is a short in the connector, that even then cause the OC light on. So be very careful whenever there is OC light on, open the machine, try to find out whatever is the damage and try to rectify those damage well in time to prevent the further damage. If we will not remove the fault, there may be more damage in the machine in the due course of the time. Our next viewer, Mr. Irfan Khan, he asked, can aluminum be welded with the DC TIG? So, although it's not related with the MIG, but question is very pertinent. And we find even DC TIG, DC GTAW can work very well on the aluminum. So don't afraid to try it. But we find AC TIG is a better option for the aluminum. If for the better result, AC GTAW is always a better option for the aluminium. Even our MIG in this machine, MIG 400, is even a good option for the aluminium. If we are not concerned about the more aesthetic look, then MIG is even a very good option, because here production is very fast and speedy, and we can make a good production while doing aluminium welding by the MIG welding process or by GMAW. Mr. Suhail Sheikh, he has asked, can I weld steel rod? Can सर इस वेल्डिंग को स्टील रॉड पर यूज कर सकते हैं? दैट मीन्स कैन आई वेल्ड स्टील रॉड? Yes, we can do it, but general rule with the stainless steel welding is to weld either of the same grade of the welding rod, maybe of TIG, wire or MIG, or a higher grade. If you are going to weld 304 stainless steel, you need a wire or rod of 308 or 3016. But if you are trying to do on 3016, you cannot do it with the 304 or 308 rod or wire. So it's a thumb rule that once you are doing welding with the stainless steel, the sheet, whatever you're welding, need a wire or rod of a higher grade. One of our client, Mr. Anil Rawat, he has asked us if there is a wire which is entangled in the wire feeder, what to do? We find that condition is being called as bird nesting. Bird nesting, when wire which is being passed through all these roller and pressures and passed in the welding gun, that is being not passed in the welding gun properly and start entangling and making it as a nest in the wire feeder. This is the wire which is being entangled in the wire feeder over here. So that may be the reason. Yes, this is the wire feeder which is to pass through all these phases and then finally goes to the wire feeder. And yes, so reason we find there may be improper feed of the wire. At some place, this tension, whatever he is pressing, that may be inadequate sometime. Even roller may not be a proper size according to the size of the wire. That roller should be checked well. Yes, these roller may be of not a correct size. Sometime wire and roller may not match. So wrong roller is equally a bad thing to make it as a bird nesting. And dirty liner even then, that may cause nesting. Sometime incorrect tip size. The size of the tip of the welding gun may be incorrect. Size of the welding gun, the tip, especially tip, that tip may cause this tip may be of an improper size. This MIG wire and this tip should match each other to prevent this problem. Next question, someone from Kashmir, he asked, he is Murtuja asked us, can we weld in the snow or in the drizzle? So yes, if it is really required, why not? We have to take every precautions. We should use dry gloves, and rain should not be more. It should be moderate or drizzle. Then I think you can do it, but take every possible precaution, otherwise it may be dangerous. But yes, you can do, because sometimes it is really necessary to do the welding while there is this drizzle. You cannot avoid welding because that situation is there where you cannot avoid welding. So yes, MIG welding can be done in the drizzle as well as in the snow. One of the client, Mr. Manglik, he asked, sir, for MS welding, which one is better gas? Carbon dioxide, argon or mix? What I find, carbon dioxide is most particularly useful. Whenever there is a ferrous metal, we find CO2 or carbon dioxide, this is a preferred gas in India because of the cost, because of availability. But if you need a best result, then there is a mixer is really required of the argon. Argon should be used in 75% and carbon dioxide in the 25%. And still, if you need a better result, then 72% is argon, 3% helium and 25% carbon dioxide. But my choice always goes with the carbon dioxide or CO2 in the MIG welding, because this is easily available and cost of this is not very high for the user. Keep on making the video about the different process and different difficulties, so you can subscribe our channel to find the solutions, and if you are interested, if you are liking it, you can like it. And next question is by the Vijay Yadav. Mr. Vijay Yadav asked, sir, welding करते करते गैस खत्म हो गया, कैसे समझें? Suppose how the shielding gas is not there in the cylinder, how can we find out? So our MIG welding tank has a gauges. There is a gauge which can measure the pressure and flow by the flow meter to determine the tank gas level. Once these gauges that reaches a low level, that is the point which need that thing to be replaced. If this gauges shows 0 or near 0 level, that means the gas is finished. But suppose we are doing welding and these gauges are not working, then there are ways to find out that this gas is not there and the gas is exhausted. To find the gas is exhausted without seeing the gauges over the cylinder head, we can find, once we are doing welding, there is air bubbles. Air bubbles start coming in the weld puddle. Weld puddle shows lot of air bubbles. That means our gas is exhausted or near exhaustion. We can find lot of splatters. This is again indication of exhaustion of the gases. And there is a hole in the weld. Smoking and more sparking. These are the features which are being observed to the welder when we find the gas is exhausted. So do not depend on the gauges, which may not be good, which may have gone wrong. So be very careful and see the welding process. During the welding process, you may find bubbles, splatters, holes, smoking, sparking. Thank you very much for watching the video. Thank you.